Good afternoon. Welcome back to Coastal Resin and Glitter. Today we're going to do something different. This is going to be brief. I've been hauling out stuff. Spring is coming. I'm thinking about trying. I've got tons and tons and tons of glitter. Trying to figure out what to do for a mix. So we're going to mix it together. And at the end, we'll see what we got. And then I've got, if I can get this little calculator open, I don't want to have to bring my big one out here. There. Okay. Let's see if this will weigh on here. See if there's a bigger chunky white. Oh, go figure. Don't tell me this one, I just put batteries in. Oh, no, there, no batteries. Be right back. All right, I am back. Always good to have something with a, no, that's not white. I need white.
I don't see any white.
Look in that box up that's on that shelf that is full of resin or full of glitters. Okay, it's springtime. I'm gonna do a springtime glitter. And I have no idea, never done this. Well, I can't say I never did. I mixed my own Christmas glitter up. But we're gonna use some different assorted glitter, and I am going to try, keep track of what I'm doing. I'm gonna start with some chunky. I thought I had a, yeah, here's a chunky right here. This is an assortment. I have no idea where this came from. I did at one time buy out somebody that was selling all their glitter. So that's probably where this came from. So let's see how much of this we've got. Whoops, let's take the top off. Oh my gosh, that's the only problem with having nails. You can't get any sharp, close edge. Oh, okay. That helped. I'll keep those handy. All right, let's see how much we got of this. Maple opal. That might work.
Magic opal.
Magic opal. That's that is it for right now. Give me a name that you would suggest for this, and we will see you in the movies. Toodles. Welcome back. I am going to do a mold, this tray today. Just a second. All right, I'm back again. I'm going to do this tray mold, and I am going to use some of the glitter that we mixed up earlier today. Don't know how I'm going to do it because I don't want the whole thing glitter. I think I'm going to use some of Dianka Pours, probably ultra white. I don't know why. I love that ultra white color. And kind of put it at an angle and maybe flood coat part of it with this, not making it solid. We'll see. Anyway, this is, I just took this out. I've had it for a bit. I just took it out, and it is 19.5 fluid ounces. So I'm going to mix 20 ounces. So I will be back. I'm going to use Let's Resin 4-hour so that I can possibly get this out yet later tonight. It is after, it's 6:30 already. So it may not be till tomorrow morning, but if I feel like coming out here at 10 o'clock, I can. So anyway, I will be back. BRB. Okay, I am back. I've got 20 ounces. Found that using this measuring thing, this measuring container, at 10 ounces, it actually weighs with the scale 11.2 or 3, and the and I always pour B first. A, and I don't know if A is supposed to be heavier. Seems like A was heavier than B, which I think is backwards. Maybe it was the other way. I don't remember, but they did, both of them weighed a little bit different. Not much, but a few grams different. So this is, I'm gonna do probably half of this. And look at this, somehow I've got stuff in my mold. How did I get something in the mold? Gracious sakes. And be proud of me. I actually got some of my mess on either side of what you don't see cleaned up today. Putting things away, trying to get molds organized. So if they're the itty bitty molds and I want just a small mold, I could just go to that box and get it out rather than have to scrounge around. And of course, when you use the mixer, it doesn't get the sides or the bottom. So we do have to make sure that we take a minute or two to actually stir up, scraping the sides. And I know you read some of the things that says don't use wood sticks, but you know, wood sticks, after you've used them a time or two, they're sealed because you just wipe them off, and the epoxy seals the sticks, so you're not getting the air bubbles off of the wood sticks. Maybe the first time you use it, you might get it. And this is heavy to be holding in the air, so I'm going to move that so I can put it down a little bit. And I hope you guys are able to see things. I've got the light on behind me. I don't have the camera light on. I did notice the other day I had to cut out half of what I filmed when I used the camera on the back counter in front of the window. The window light is way too bright, so somehow I have got to figure out how to change that. Okay, I don't see any white streaks following me around. Do you see any white streaks following me around? I don't. And let's get, I'll probably do, I don't know if I want to do half and half. I don't think I quite want to do half and half, but we'll see. Let me do that much in glitter. And that's not quite half. So let me get, and I'm gonna get the glue because I'm sure some of that's it's probably heavy enough to settle, and that's not what I want. I need to check, I don't know if you can buy the squirt lids for these, for the bottles. I don't have the squirt lids for the bottles. So I ended up last week with too much glue. Well, I thought it was too much glue in that gold fusion from Laura's Art Corner, but somebody text on my video of that, and they said that the gold fusion she thought was glass, and that's why it was so heavy. So probably gold, the glue wouldn't do much. Well, there's one container down for the count, and these are containers that can be used, so I am going to keep that container. And this is not got a paper on it. And I already gotten something out of it. Must have. Okay, so let's try that and see where that's going to take us. And again, I know I should have had it in alcohol while I was getting the resin mixed up. One of these days I'll remember to do it ahead of time. Just helps too. I see my air thing is going up, so it's getting the fumes. And I've got doors open, and I think the window in the back is still open. Yeah, we're up to 100 already, going and climbing. Okay, that ultra white. I love that ultra white, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do to decorate. I do have purple roses, so I may go with purple roses. So I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't do half. I should do something less than half. I'm going to take out some of this. And if I had thought about it, I would have painted the trim. No, we're not going to do that. I will try to remember to spray it with alcohol. Okay, so that is ready to go in the vacuum chamber. And we'll see if that's going to get settled with some. I shook it up again. I buried my little plastic cup. All right, I had more than one out here earlier today when I was out here. Where did I do with them all? Here they are, right here. See, it's already dropping down. Good. Already dropping down. What you need, Willow? All right, and a clean stick to get a little bit of glue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're gonna count that as That was kind of a running stream. No. That is really goopy. Well, let's hope I didn't put too much glue in there. If I did, we'll know it shortly. And of course, my handyman's not out here tonight to help recover anything. Okay, I am going to go. I'll be right back. BRB, I'm going to the air chamber. All right, I am back. As you can tell, I had a little bit of a overflow. The glue and the glitter went a little bit. I just gotta get a paper towel to clean the bottom of my pot before that cures on there. Otherwise, the rest of it is on a silicone mat. Thank goodness. Okay. Okay, so now, what are we going to do? How are we going to do this? I don't know yet. And this sure doesn't look like it should be enough, but I poured out the amount that they said it took. So let's hope that it's right. And I kind of want to go here first. And this, you know, the glitter gets so gloopy, I don't know how easy it goes down into the corners. That kind of sucked down in there all right. And I was gonna spray. Jeez, Gloria. I gotta get in the habit of spraying. I know. And I think I want to try to push this back in here. Gloop. Let's see if I can get all of my glitter out of here, or what we can save at least. This is going to be a quick one for you guys tonight. The longest was watching me make the glitter. Now remember, you guys can name whatever this glitter is. It is springtime. So think of something springy, and I'll see what. I might ask my great-granddaughters which name they like the best. And I'm looking for if I got any. Yeah, I do, right here. Paper towels in the trash. So I can wipe this stick off. And then we can go with the white stick. And get the rest of this out. And it looks like it is right to the top. Which means I'm going to put some over here on one of these little doodads. I know I don't have anything to finish it with, but these didn't get filled all the way, so I can just put some of this more white. I think it's the same. I think it's probably the same Dianka pour. I like that one. I might have to get a couple bottles at a time of that. I go through that pretty darn fast. And I can kind of use my little scribe and get that kind of spread through there. I hear footprints coming. Did you get your TV running?
Just Spotify music.
You can't get Netflix on?
Netflix is on there.
Well, then that's not just Spotify then. Did you get
Spotify
Hulu?
No.
How come?
Can you get past what it was asking?
What was it asking?
Kept asking for a code, and when you put it in and hit log in,
Uh-huh.
it wouldn't go past. Not past go.
So what's on Hulu that you watch?
I watched I'll use it for Animal Planet in Jack Hanna.
On Hulu?
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm sorry I'm being quiet. I'm concentrating here. Kind of upset with myself that I didn't spray it. I did discover, because I had to run in the house real quick, I did discover that if the pressure pot, if you turn the pressure pot off but don't release it, the pressure continues to work. So you don't really have to have it. You know, it still continues to release some of the bubbles, even when off, as long as the pressure is still in the pot. Okay. We'll see what that's going to be like. Hopefully I didn't mess up because I didn't spray the insides. I did go around. You've seen me go around, so hopefully I got whatever bubbles may have been there.
That's kind of pretty.
I hope. Got down into all these little legs here. I don't see any bubbles in the little legs. I'm not used to being out here this late at night, guys. This is kind of crazy for me. I should do it more often instead of sitting there watching TV. Okay.
You probably have my YouTube account on your phone.
Couldn't tell you, Ryan. I'd have to look. Okay. So we will be back in the morning. Okay, I am back to demold, unmold, whatever the word is. And I gotta tell you, come out here last night, I almost unmolded it. Nope, gotta quit cheating. Gotta quit cheating. And I understand that this is a bugger to get. Oh, well, that wasn't too bad. I kind of expected it to be worse than that. And I did look to see if I had any bubbles, and I don't think I do. We'll see when I get it all done, huh? Come on. The first one was, okay. Darn. 2 right there. And as much as I poked down into those things, shoot. That's not very nice. Now let's hope those are the only ones I've got. I would think that the other ones would be a little bit easier to get undone. And of course I'm tearing up the, oh, look at that, another one, shoot. Shoot. Okay, so you gotta poke down in there a little bit more than I did. I'll have to mix up a little bit of, well, there's one that didn't have a bubble. I got 2 that didn't have a bubble and 2 that did, and they're both in the white, so I'll just mix up a little tiny bit of I'll use a little bit of UV, and I hate using UV. That always seems to look odd to me anyway. But mix it with a little bit of Dianka pour so I've got the same color to fill in those spots. All right, so let's see how we did. I know from looking at it from through the thing, I'm not real pleased with the curvature of it, so let's see. Okay. Not bad. There's some, see, there's no bubbles around the white part. Where there is the glitter, there is a little bit, and I'm guessing that's because of glitter, not because necessarily of anything else. I'll have to do something to fix that. And this curve I don't particularly like. Love the ultra white, but yeah, my stirring it got some muddiness. Oh, what is that? That is a piece that went all the way up into there. Go figure. So, do I design it that way, or do I design it this way? I forgot. I was going to grab a tattoo. I do want to put a tattoo on it. I got a little bit bigger tattoos for bigger items besides the ones I got from Hobby Lobby. But I also have picked out, I've got these purple roses to put on it. See, if I do it this way, this would look nice. I don't know that they'll look good on the purple. I don't know. Because I was thinking maybe a single. But also what I'm wanting to do, before I do anything, I'm wanting to test some stripping, some vinyl stripping. So, I'll be right back. I gotta go get a paper towel. Okay, that was fast, but I got you all out of shape, didn't I? Sorry about that. Okay, so let's get my fingerprints off and get the little bit of stripping done. I wish that had been a little bit straighter. We'll figure out how to work around that. I've got some that I'm hoping is long enough. I got some real narrow that I could use and some a little bit wider. So do I go with a little bit wider or do I go with a little bit narrower? I guess. And I cut this with my Cricut machine a long time ago. I did that with when I did tumblers and wanted to have a strip on them. Okay, so let's see. I want to see how, and I don't mind because it's going to cover up some. I'm gonna put two. No. Do I put it all the way just to the edge, or do I put it up the wall? That's the question. And yep, it's gonna go over some of the purple. That way it is. Oh, come on. Didn't want it to stick yet, guys. And I'm going to put food safe resin on here when I top coat it. And let's do another one. And we may end up with 3 to kind of get rid of the edge, but maybe the rose will cover the edge. Is that, see, this is gonna, I've got to go, this is gonna go into to this a little bit. You know, putting stripping down does alter some places where you don't really like what it did. Okay, I hope I'm talking loud enough and not whispering again. Sorry, that's kind of... Okay, where's my tweezers? Tweezers. Oh, not these tweezers. I want the little pointy tweezers that I can... Oh, great. I'm gonna make it so that it isn't gonna stick, aren't I? If it doesn't stick, I've got plenty. I can strip it all off and put a new one down. Didn't really like the way that where that went. And there is a kind of a kink right there. No. This one I'm going to make a little closer. That isn't straight. Shoot. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Let me see how far off that is. Okay, so now I need some small pieces, don't I? Mother's got a berry where Willow thinks she's trying to go to China. backyard. It's so dry. It's beginning to look like a landmine. A doggy landmine. Okay, come on. This is where the tremors don't help. And I kind of want to take that off right there at that edge. Do I have, where's my, yeah, right here. And that's not straight, is it? Gosh, we either have helicopters or something going over us. I guess that's gonna have to be it. It's either gonna have to be it or I just take the whole thing right off. Okay, so I've got that cut there. Take that little piece off. And I'm gonna work on this and then I'll get back with you when I get closer to the next step. Toodles. Sorry, that was supposed to be unpaused. Seems strange. I touched that button and it doesn't go on pause. So anyway, while you were off camera, I put these roses on here. Kind of want to put a little cluster here, maybe here. No, don't think so. I'm gonna go get the tattoos that I have for putting on here. See, this is too big now. And that way it'd be upside down. So that's a no-no. We can get, you know what? This might be helpful for something, somewhere along the line. I've got another sheet here. Yeah, this is too big. So this is a no-no. And what did I just drop? Something that's rolling away. Let me go get the tattoos and I'll figure out what I'm going to put here and maybe that'll tell me whether or not I want another gathering of roses. Okay, I will be right back. Okay, so these are the tattoos, but I'm going to tell you, they're backwards. And it didn't come with a sheet that told me what they read. And I don't know about you guys, but I can't. Be kind in your life. Be kind. Be in something your life. I don't know what it's saying, guys. And if I put something on here that I don't like, I'm going to be really annoyed. See, in this one, it's kind of small for this. I need to have it bigger, but nowhere does it give me a sheet that tells me what these things say. So how do I do that? Can I go back to, I don't know. If I read it in the mirror, will it tell me what it is? Oh, I don't know. I think I'm gonna pick the one that caught my eye first. Be kind to something. I don't know. Be kind to your whatever, till you're done, till you cannot you. You cannot wait. I don't know if I'm reading it backwards. No, I think it's this way. No, no something you flew. Be kind to I don't know, and that's the one I'm going to use, I think. Yeah. You would have thought they would have had a sheet that, at least the one that you get from Hobby Lobby, their little pamphlets, they actually have a paper in the thing that tells you what it is you're reading. Be kind to your dog. Now, if that's what it says, I'm going to be really figuring out how to get this off of here. Not that you can't be kind to your dog, but that's not what I want on here. See, I can't even read it. Be kind. I can't even read it. I wonder if I put up, let me try this. Nope. Nope, can't see through it. Wonder if I see through it on my phone. Let's see if I can see through it on my phone. Nope. And taking a picture isn't going to give it to me, is it? It's be kind. Something EL. Something, be kind to your, or be kind to is be kind to gracious sakes. All right. Well, let's hope this is straight, because if it's not, and if it's not something I like, it is coming off, guys. Okay, here we go. Ready or not? It's tattoo time. See, I still can't read it. Be kind. And I am going to put tabletop on here because I want it to be food safe in case somebody wants to, be kind to yourself. Yay. That's okay. Be kind to yourself. Good job. Good pick. Okay. So, now what do we do? I gotta repair these, and I might just well do that before I do I want another flower on there, or are we good? I almost kind of would like a little one, but this isn't little enough. And I don't want to cut the butt off of that. I don't want to cut the butt off of that. And this is the only purple I have. Be kind. No. Okay. this is it, guys. Other than a top coat, this is what the finish is. What do you think? I think it's kind of pretty. It's not quite what I expected, but see, I think the pinstriping takes away from some of the unevenness of it, of the way this goes together. And that's perfect. Perfect. Okay. Put this away. I am going to let this dry a little bit because the tattoo probably should dry a few hours before I top coat it. And I don't think I've got any bubbles in the see, the trick to using a DTF is when you put it down, you smooth it as you go down. You don't lay it down. You kind of, I normally use that squeegee that I have, that I would have it bent up and lay it down. That's the way you do it on tumblers, so that you don't have a mishap and get bubbles. And I gotta get those 3 little bubbles fixed. Do I put rhinestones on here, or are we good? And that is the new glitter. So you guys name it for me. And we will, what I'll do is probably put all names into a whatever kind of container it takes to hold them, shake it up and draw it out. And that will be who will be the winner. It won't be just a single, I like this one better than that one. I'm not sure whether I want to put rhinestones on here or not. I might lay a few on just to see what it looks like, but I've got to fix this first. Okay, so that's it, guys. We are done with this one. I will be posting this video tonight, so you'll see it tomorrow. And probably later on I'm going to come out, and I've had these plates. It's a plate and a bowl. I've had them for a while. I just snatched them off my cupboard in my office that is piled high of stuff that I'm slowly getting through to bring out here. As I used to do the tumblers in the house. But you know what? I don't like, there's part of me that would like it in the house because I would be more apt to do things at night than coming out here. But on the same token, to be perfectly honest, I'm too old to work 24/7. And I think it's in our best interest if you take some time to do life. You can't survive on working 24/7. At least I can't. Not any longer. I did that. I spent my time. And I am now to the point where it's, I want to try to get at least one out, and with the 2 stations I can do that now. So anyway, that's enough jibber jabber. We will see you tomorrow. Toodles.